Hi, I'm David Rooney and I am a Professor of Chemical Engineering at Queen's University Belfast. I've come into Queen's today and to our home in the David Keir building to give you an introduction to chemical engineering. Engineering is a very practical subject which is fundamentally about problem solving. These problems may be very specific or global in scale, but to solve any problem you need to have tools, and the types of tools you use change depending on the problem. It could be a problem such as how do we build a skyscraper or the longest bridge in the world. It could be how do we design a hypersonic aircraft. It could be how do we design a machine to make a new product, or perhaps how do we design future 6G technology. Every one of those problems requires engineering. Building a bridge falls under civil, the aircraft under aeronautical, the machine under mechanical, the 6G technology under electrical. So where in all of this does chemical engineering fit? Let's look at these examples again. Where did the concrete come from for the bridge? The composites and the fuel for the aircraft, the metals for the machine, the components and the batteries, and the energy to power it all. Where did the materials come from that make up the workers' clothes, their breakfast, their medicine? When we look around us and see the things we use every day which are produced at a large scale to improve people's lives, that's chemical engineering at work. So the next time you walk through a supermarket, switch on the lights or take a paracetamol, you will know what chemical engineers do. We have to make sure that the products we make are safe, economical, and lead to societal benefit. And increasingly, we have to make sure that these products and the processes which make them help to reverse climate change and increase biodiversity. The tools we use to solve these problems are varied. Like most engineering, we will use maths and physics, but we also use chemistry and biology. This gives us the ability to look at how things change and work at a small scale as well as a global scale. The tools we use depend on the problems, and as you progress through the course, you will understand more about which tools you wish to bring to suit your own career. You may love chemistry and want to develop new functional materials and therefore choose options in green process engineering, or maybe business and creativity are something you want to develop more. The great thing about chemical engineering is the variety and the career options that come with that. When I was younger and looking for which career to choose, I looked around and made the decision that I wanted to work in an area that scaled with people. I was interested in sciences, but as someone who enjoyed problem solving, I didn't want to be just a scientist. I enjoyed learning things, but I was more interested in what I could do with that knowledge. So I chose chemical engineering. When I graduated, I went on to study a PhD in the area of enzymes and vegetable oil processing. It was linked to a company that made chocolate. Then, with that knowledge, I went into the nuclear industry, finally then into the oil industry, this time crude oil. I started traveling the world, Middle East and Malaysia, Africa, America, and China. I even worked in China for a while researching batteries and developing a college that worked in pharmaceutical sciences. Then I returned to Northern Ireland. I stayed in academia while many of my classmates went on into senior positions in industry. I'm telling you this because it helps me to show you how diverse the subject is and how by understanding the principles of how things change and move and interact, you can do lots of different things in lots of different areas of the world. Other resources on these pages will point you to some of our graduates who are working in manufacturing and energy and healthcare, and you can hear their own stories. Chemical engineering has excellent employability potential, and while jobs in areas such as oil and gas are in decline, others in pharmaceuticals and renewables are on the increase. The world will not be able to achieve net zero carbon without the engineers who know most about carbon. The School of Chemistry and Chemical Engineering has excellent links with employers across the UK and Ireland, and many of our students secure employment in their final year. Our programme here at Queen's is also accredited by the Institute of Chemical Engineers, and they regularly produce salary surveys. Those graduating in the ages of 25 to 29 would be on salaries typically in the region of £38,000 to £45,000. Hopefully this has helped you understand a little bit more about what we do. Thank you.